If you ever closed a pop-up 0.3 seconds after it appeared, you know the feeling. It's not annoyance at the form itself, it's annoyance at being treated like a prospect before you've had a chance to look around. The forms that convert well don't feel like that. They feel like you walked up to a counter and someone handed you exactly what you were looking for, before you even had to ask. The difference isn't the design, it's not the color of the button or the headline font, it's the psychology baked into how the form behaves. And most opt-in forms are built in a way that creates resistance before the visitor even read the offer. So in this video I want to show you 4 ways to rethink your opt-in forms using Thrive Leads. Not what they look like, but how they work. Because a form that behaves intelligently converts. A form that doesn't trains your visitors to ignore everything on your site. So here's a small psychological fact that should change how you build every form on your site. The moment the visitor sees a form, their brain starts calculating the cost of filling it out. Name field, email field, click a button. That's 3 actions. And the mental math already starts before they've even decided if they want what you're offering. The form appearing on its own terms, uninvited, that creates resistance by default. The 2-step opt-in in Thrive Leads solves this by hiding the form entirely behind the trigger. All the visitor sees is a button, a text link or a clickable image. Something that says what they'll get. They click it and only then does the form appear. That click is everything. Because the person who clicks get the free template has already decided they want it. They've made a micro commitment. That's a small voluntary action that signals intent. The form appearing after that, that's not intrusion. It's a natural next step in a process they started themselves. So we got the same form with the same fields, but the psychological experience is completely different. Now here's where the copy on that trigger button matters enormously. Click here does nothing. Download now, it's a little better. But get the 10-step checklist, that's even better. Because it names the thing you're about to receive. So the click feels like an intentional decision rather than a reflex. The more specific the copy button, the more qualified the person clicking it, and the higher your conversion rate on the form itself. This approach regularly pushes conversion rate past 10% on targeted content. And that's not because you're being clever, it's because you're asking at the right moment. Single-page forms with multiple fields have an abandonment problem. And it's not because they're lazy. It's because asking for too much, too fast, triggers something in the brain that reads like a warning sign. You don't know me yet? Why do you need all this info right now? So multi-step forms sidestep this completely. Instead of presenting all your fields at once, start with something low stakes. Could be a preference question, an easy multiple choice selection. Not demographic information, not what is your job title, but something like what is your biggest challenge right now? Or what type of content are you looking for? Something they can answer without thinking or typing or commitment. Then you introduce the next step, the email field. By the time they reach it, they've already invested a click. They've made a micro commitment. So at that point, completing the form feels more natural than stopping, because our brain doesn't like leaving things half finished. And don't take my word for it, data backs this up. Multi-step forms regularly outperform single-page equivalents by 300% or more. But here's something a lot of people get wrong, and it's worth slowing down on. Progress bars work. They trigger what is called the endowed progress effect. The sense that you already started something and you should see it through. But here's the catch. If you show the progress bar on step 1, you're highlighting how far the person has to go, not how far they've come. The bar reads as an obstacle, not an encouragement. In an A/B test, removing the progress bar from step 1 and introducing it only from step 2 can lift completions by over 100%. So let them take the first step before you show them the staircase. There's also a longer-term benefit to multi-step form that is easy to overlook, which is segmentation. Because you're asking a preference question before you capture the email, you can route different answers into different sequences in your email system. Someone who says their biggest challenge is traffic gets a different welcome series than someone who says it's conversions. Your list grows and it grows organized. What would happen if you took your most valuable piece of content, your most in-depth guide, your most actionable tutorial, and deliberately held back the final 20% of it? That probably sounds like it would annoy people, but it's one of the most psychological, precise lead generation moves available, and it's built right into Thrive teams. So here's what's actually happening there. A visitor reads 80% of a 10-step implementation guide. They've invested real time, they've worked through the context. They can see there are 3 more steps, but they're just out of reach. Blurred out, locked behind the form. The curiosity gap, it's wide open. The time already spent makes stopping feel like a waste. The form that unlocks the rest doesn't feel like a demand. It feels kind of like a fair trade. They're not surrendering their email address, they're exchanging it for something they've already decided they need. That's a completely different emotional dynamic than just a form appearing on a page load before they've read a single sentence. The content types that work best for this are specific and tactical. The final steps of a tutorial, a downloadable template referenced in the article, a dataset or a set of examples, an exclusive video, whatever. What doesn't work well is locking general opinion content. If someone is reading through your thoughts about a marketing strategy and you lock the last 2 paragraphs, it feels arbitrary. The content lock will work when what's behind it is clearly worth something. Make sure it is. Brands that are using this approach have reported email list growth of up to 70% in a 2-month window. And that's not because they were more aggressive, it's because they were smarter about the moment they asked. So here's a question worth sitting with. How many of your existing email subscribers landed on your site this week and got served the same opt-in form as complete strangers? I'm gonna take a guess here and say probably all of them. Because most sites just show the same pop-up slide-ins and ribbons to every visitor, regardless of whether that person has been on your list for 3 years. And for a loyal subscriber, that's the equivalent of walking into your favorite coffee shop, ordering the usual, and being asked to fill out a new customer form. It will erode trust quietly, and it wastes the most valuable real estate on your site on people who have already converted. Thrive Leads has a feature called Smart Links that fixes this completely. You append a simple parameter to the URLs in your email broadcast, and when a subscriber clicks through and lands on your site, the lead generation form disappears automatically, and it's replaced by whatever you choose to put there instead. That whatever you choose is the most important part of that sentence, because now that space where a subscription form that they close in under a second used to be, can now show a promotion for a paid course, or an invitation to a live event, or an application to a coaching program, or maybe even a product upsell tied to whatever they clicked in from the email. So, in practical terms, you write your broadcast, you drop your smart link into the CTA button, and Thrive Leads handles the rest. Subscribers see a curated, personalized experience, and everyone else sees the standard lead gen form. Just remember that your best audience is already on your list. They don't need to be acquired again. They need to be moved forward. So SmartLink is how you stop treating your warmest visitors like cold traffic and you start treating them like the VIPs they've already proven to be. So every one of these techniques comes back to the same idea. A form is a user experience decision before it's a marketing decision. The question isn't just how do I get more signups? It's what does this feel like to the person on the other side? When the answer to that question is it feels natural, it feels fair, it feels like something I choose to do, conversions will follow. Not because you tricked anyone, but because you built something worth saying yes to. Thrive Leads has all of that built in. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want to see some more Thrive Leads videos, I've linked the playlist above me. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like and subscribe if you did, and I see you in the next one. Bye.